Hello guys, I'm Captain Brick. First up, I'm sorry the way my voice sounds. I get cold and I know I sound like I got punched in the throat, so I hope you guys can bear with me. I know it's ridiculous too, guys. Like, it's super hot this time of the year and I got cold. It's like pretty stupid, but alright. Hope you guys gonna bear with me, and now we're gonna go ahead and talk some D2. So the topic that I want to touch today is, are we gonna see 60 frames per second Destiny 2 for the Xbox One X? And I say to that, hell no. And let's see why. This is of course only my speculation, but I think I have pretty compelling arguments, and if I turn out to be wrong, I will gladly eat my words. So we know that PlayStation Pro is not getting 60 FPS, but it's getting the 4K resolution. And also, the Luke Smith in interview with IGN told that PlayStation 4 is not powerful enough to run Destiny at 60 frames per second. Well, that might be true. I believe that PlayStation Pro has no chance in hell to run 4K at 60 frames per second, but I'm pretty sure they could have made an option to switch between 4K or 60 frames. They chose not to do that, and I think I know why. So let's say they would offer an option to run the game in 60 frames per second, either for PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox One X, doesn't matter. So basically they then would have a multiplayer game that for some players runs at 60 FPS and for some at 30 FPS. So what that would mean, that some players would get smoother animation, that's one, and two, they would have faster reaction times, because not only animations are played at 60 FPS, but also the physics are rendered at 60 FPS, and the user input, the controller, is also sampled at 60 FPS. So those gamers would actually have a faster reaction times. Can you imagine how frustrating that would be in a multiplayer game? If you get sniped behind the corner, you could blame the 60 FPS. You know, you say, oh, I'm running 30, he's definitely running 60, I got sniped behind the corner, I didn't even see that guy. It doesn't have to be the reason, you know, because we see that too in D1 from time to time due to lag and whatnot, but that could be more prevalent in a mixed frame environment. Doesn't have to be, again, but in people's minds, I'm sure they would blame that a lot. And Destiny community is pretty vocal as it is, and if you add that on top, it's gonna be ugly, I think. Also, for Bungie itself, I bet it presents some issues that they have to resolve if they're gonna run a mixed frame rate environment on their servers, and they have issues to resolve that they might not even see in the constant 30 FPS game, right? So if you look at that from Bungie's perspective, they have absolutely nothing to gain if they offer that option. But they have a bunch to lose. They're gonna piss off a lot of players, they're gonna hear a metric ton of salt, and they have technical issues that they have to resolve. You could say, let's not do mixed frame rate environment and let's just separate the 60 FPS instances from the 30 FPS, right? So that the Xbox One X player can play only with other Xbox One X players. But that would be so stupid, because how many people are gonna own Xbox One X? Not a lot, you know. The price tag is pretty hefty on that one, and it's a fresh console. You're gonna barely see people online if you do that, at least at the start. And also you're gonna get super crazy matchups, like guy from United States gonna get matched up against a guy in Abu Dhabi or whatever, and they're gonna get terrible connection. They're going to blame the game actually, and they're just gonna be frustrated. The only potential gain of offering 60 frames per second on Xbox One X is that maybe more gamers would buy the game, but I don't think that majority of console gamers really care about FPS. The only thing that's important is that game runs smoothly, and whether it's 60 or 30 frames per second, it's not that important. If you really care about FPS, you're not gonna own a console. You're gonna go to PC and play it on 144 or whatever. So console gamers gonna enjoy the game no matter the frame rate, as long as it runs smoothly, I think. So that's my 2 cents. If you have other opinion, please leave a comment, and I'm gonna see you in the Orbit Guardians. Take care.